Do you feel like it's harder to get manipulated after awaking? It feels like everyone, including myself, are looking for reactions. Um, just after the awakening, it was so strong here that I really lost my abilities really to interact in the old way that I'd been with humans, and I had to learn how to interact with humans. And part of life's learning lesson was for an individual to come into my life and to lie to me and con me. And it was such a good learning lesson from me, because all my other ways of being, like, I was just so different, and I had to learn new ways of being with humans and interacting with humans that were seeking. And I'm not looking at them as if they're seeking, I'm looking at them as if they're free, and understanding and relearning it, not relearning it like I was before. And it was such a good lesson for me. It was very humbling. If you've ever been conned by someone and lied to, like I got really lied to, and conned, and I felt it in my belly actually, that I was being lied to, and I confronted the person, and they were so adamant that it was an old habit or pattern of mine and that it wasn't true, that I believed them, which I knew in my belly it was, that they were lying. And it was so good, and it really, pointed me more to how you really got to trust the body over the mind, over thinking. Because if I hadn't been intellectually interacting with that person convincing me that they weren't lying, my body knew they were. And it's like what's happened to me since the awakening is expanding more and more to that, like trusting this. Like sometimes I used to call it this bozo-ness, this innocence, like this first initial feeling that comes out, and trusting it and not letting it get too much enmeshed in thinking and mentality and words. Like really trusting the natural instincts. So yes, it is still possible, but I feel like I've been through quite an intense learning process of a different way of being than what I was before. That's very positive and opened and expanded, but also being aware of other people's motivations that might be more negative. And putting up better boundaries. Like also I had weak boundaries before, so afterwards, that was something I had to work on. But I found that life always gives you exactly what you need if you've got the right attitude. It always shows you what you're lacking on the human level, like what you need to overcome. Like always, and it's beautiful. And it's beautiful to be in this mentality of always being open to expanding and improving, but also seeing yourself as perfect as you are. So yes, it was possible. And all of us manipulate. Even me, it's not that enlightened people don't manipulate, it's part of being human. Manipulate sounds like a bad word, but it's like all of us are playing. You're going into a room and you're being nice to people, you're not being grumpy or you're not being mean, like you're having an influence over people. You're influencing their judgment or their thoughts or their ideas. Manipulation maybe sounds super harsh, but we're always doing it. Whenever you're interacting with someone, you're swaying them to what you want, and you're you're giving them an image of yourself, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not who you are, and you're not going to find freedom in it. When you believe there's freedom in manipulating the other person, getting them to see the world the way you see the world, then everything comes with such intensity, and it's super important and can lead to really like nasty arguments. Like, all of us are playing. Like, look, I'm playing now. Like, I'm not sitting here like, hello, my name is Lisa, and what you've got to do, you've got to do this. Like, I'm expressive, I'm joyful, I'm smiling. Like, smiling is something we learn. Like, it's meant to show, I think, like, show our teeth. Like, I forget what it is, because with monkeys, smiling is an aggression, but I can't remember why or how smiling became positive. Like the way you dress, everything is play. Like kids, when they're playing because they're learning how to play with others, how to have an effect on others. Manipulation, though, maybe sounds too strong, but for sure I do it. Like, all the time. Like, if I'm sitting down and my cup of tea's on the worktop, and say, I'm staying with my mum at the moment, so say my mum stands up to go and get something, I'm like, ha, 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 ha. And then, like, instead of me going, pass me my tea or something, I'm doing that, and she finds it sweet and endearing, and she passes me the tea. But it's not something I'm doing consciously, it's just what the body's doing, but it's being sweet and playful. Like, we're always doing it. Okay.